A crew has now assessed what's going on inside a high-rise that was on the verge of collapsing in the heart of Manhattan. I want to show you some of the video here. This is from inside. Look at that. You see that there's a couple of steel beams. They're just bending under the weight here on the 21st floor. This was a building that was going through a renovation. I want to show you the crowds of people who had to be evacuated, not just from the building, but from an area nearby. People had just been like going about their day, and they were told, you got to go.
I just work in this building over here, and to see something like this in your own community, it's a bit terrifying to see.
I've lived here for 6.5 years. I've never seen a building almost collapse, especially this close to Midtown. It's pretty wild.
This is a super busy part of the city, just a couple of blocks from Grand Central, from the Chrysler Building, from UN headquarters. Fortunately, nobody's gotten hurt. The building, as I said, was going through renovation. It used to be the Pfizer headquarters. It was now, being built as like luxury rentals, basically. Let me bring in Emily Aketa, who is there. She's live on the scene for us. And Emily, officials say the building had these beams that buckled, but was an active permit to convert, right? So they were allowed to be doing construction in here. What went so wrong, and what's the status of things now?
Yeah, well, and this was supposed to be part of a groundbreaking, a pioneering project where they were converting the former Pfizer global headquarters into these luxury residences, some 1,600 residences in the building. So it was this massive undertaking that now is at the center of some serious concern. Officials describing this as a very dangerous, serious situation. Behind me, this is an unusual sight behind me because you're going to see 5 blocks here just completely empty, aside from the first responders on scene here, as they're continuing to assess the situation. We know that inspection crews have been able to get into the building, and they're going floor by floor, assessing the degree of damage before they basically create this emergency stabilization plan. We are hearing from the building developer, who released a statement in part that says the safety of everyone and surrounding the building is our #1 priority, going on to say we want to confirm that the affected area is a small section of one of the 2 buildings on this site. So we're talking about concerns around a localized collapse, a partial collapse, not a total building collapse, but still enough concern to lead to the evacuations of some 9 buildings from all sorts of businesses, restaurants, schools, hotels. We've been seeing people carrying their luggage and being rushed out. We saw there's a bit of chaos in the emergency evacuations as this ongoing situation. Officials are watching it so closely. Here's what Mayor Mamdani had to say earlier today.
This is an extremely serious situation. I want to be honest with New Yorkers that this is a fast developing situation. We are taking it minute by minute, and I appreciate our city workers who have been on the forefront of that.
And Hallie, officials saying that the emergency stabilization process will go into the night, possibly into the coming days. So this is not something that's going to be very quickly resolved.
This is not the only big construction job that has had to be paused or is getting sued because of structural issues, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's a number of ongoing litigation for various construction projects throughout the city, including one in the financial district after contractors had discovered a slight lean to one of the buildings. What you're seeing there, a crane collapse. There's also been causes there as concerns there as well. In recent years, you may remember there was a partial building collapse at a housing residence in the Bronx last year. In 2023, there was a total garage collapse when construction workers had started to move around bricks. So this is something that has been driving up concerns around structural integrity and the processes that are built into that. You can see heavy police presence on the ground there of what I believe is the parking garage collapse. So I think this is stirring up a lot of conversation. We do know in this instance, the Department of Buildings, their records don't show any previous reports related to this high rise behind me regarding to structural problems. We know there have been several violations, but nothing regarding the concern around its structure, Hallie.
Emily Aketa, thank you very much. Appreciate you being there. Keep us posted.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.